straight, right. With that. Right. So the further away things are, the smaller they appear. Okay. And then you'll notice, so that's one point perspective, everything going to one point, kind of like a triangle. Like the road here. And do you see the parking lines here? They're not straight, they kind of go at an angle like that. Yes. So that's called the vanishing point, where all of these lines leave, called the vanishing point, where everything appears to disappear.
That's where I get a
Right.
little bit on our mind. Oh, they're talking about it.
Right, okay. And then there's the horizon line. So do you see where the edge of the world is right now?
The edge of my
Yeah, so kind of like where the mountains are over there, all along here. Right, so that's the horizon line. So at some point on that horizon line, if I were to take these parking lines and draw them on forever and ever, eventually they would come to a point. Yeah, and that's the vanishing point. Yeah.
That's okay. Let's go with the right there. I was like, okay, I looked at the road because the road is really easy for me, and I'm like, the road doesn't stay like this all the way up. It doesn't look like that. It starts to go. You're so used to your brain is used to just telling you that they're straight because that's what they
Right, because you think it should be straight, but right, it's not. And if I were to just draw that straight, it wouldn't look right. And if you didn't know about perspective, you wouldn't know why it looked wrong. You learned the one thing. So if you get that in your head, then moving on to another vanishing point is easy. That's right. So I think that's what we're going to do with
you. Don't
you.
know about whatever vanishing point is, but two. Like what?
Right. Yes. So I think with you, I'm going to show you how to do a 2-point cityscape. So instead of your one road, you're now going to have 2 roads. Yeah. It's going to be cool. So we're going to go back inside now and find a new room and do that.
It really does already.
I told you I wouldn't lie to you about that.
It looks like clay.
Okay, so
Play-Doh.
what we're going to do first. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to draw a cube in 2-point perspective. So you've seen 1 point where all of the buildings and stuff go to 1 point. They all get smaller and smaller, right? Okay, you've done that before. All right, so how we start off is first we're going to make a horizon line. So take your triangle. I really like using these triangles too. And draw a straight line all the way across. Or you can do that.
That's what they do because I never can tell if I'm in the correct center until I draw it.
If you want to use the ruler there to help you, yeah. Perfect. Okay. All right. So what was different with the 1-point perspective and 2-point perspective? What was the difference?
So 1 point is here, 2 points are here and here.
Right. So what do you think we need to do next? What do we need to draw on the horizon line? 2 of what?
Mountain?
No.
2 points.
2 points. Right. So pick 2 places, it doesn't matter where. And draw a little dot. Okay, perfect. So do you know how to draw a 3-dimensional cube?
I think so.
Show me.
Where?
Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll do it in this corner here.
I'm gonna use this because it's gonna look a lot nicer.
I love rulers.
I know, I always like drawing letters with rulers on a nice letter.
Looks really nice. Okay, perfect. You do. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. Except the difference between our cube and this cube is that all of the lines are going to go to a vanishing point somehow. So we're going to draw this line first. So that can just go in the middle between your two lines somewhere. You can try to center, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay? Now you're going to take the corners, or the edge of your line, and you're going to draw a line all the way to the vanishing point. On top of the horizon line and below the horizon line. Actually, no, yeah, yes we are. I can do this. And you don't have to draw this line super dark because we're going to erase part of it. Good.
Looks kind of like a kite.
Mm-hmm.
Or a very squished cube.
Okay, perfect. All right, does this look like a cube yet?
No.
No. What we have to do is we have to give the cube edges here. So how I've made kind of a triangle here, come in a little bit and then just draw a line like that. Does that make sense?
Okay, so make a little triangle.
Yeah. Okay, and then do the same thing on the other side. Okay, and now you're going to erase from the edge of your cube all the way to the vanishing point. So get rid of those lines. You can use your pencil or your kneaded eraser if you'd like.
The eraser. I like seeing Do you erase some of the horizon line?
No. Well, you can, yes, go ahead. The one that's inside the cube, you can erase. Okay. I should have drawn lighter.
I know, me too. But that's what I love about mechanical pencils.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you cute because like a lot of times you have to go and redarken everything.
Yeah.
And then this looks nice and it looks like a lot darker, which is like more black. And
Yeah.
gray, which is super nice.
Okay, so this is going to be our first building. This little cube that we've made. Can you see it as a building?
And
Maybe it'll make sense. Let's add a road to our little city. No, yes you did. Yours is just, this side's bigger than this side, but that's okay. Let's see. Your side is just longer than mine.
okay.
You're good.
I'll put my like a little more. Just
Okay.
there it goes. Now you need to erase. There it is.
Okay, go ahead and pause. We're going to do it exactly like we did this, except we'll do it tall and skinny.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you how to do that. Instead of drawing the line all the way, we're going to stop. You'll decide where you want to stop, and that'll be the edge. Does that make sense?
Okay. So I think I'll do it 2 inches from the edge.
Let's start in the center. Actually,
Absolutely.
yeah, just to, so we know. Okay, so you'll just do it. So is a skyscraper going to be further off the ground? Is it going to be longer on the ground or longer in the sky?
Well, sorry.
So do you think it's going to be, so if this is my ground here, do you think the skyscraper is going to be longer on top or on the bottom?
It's gonna go around the bottom. Skyscraper.
Mm-hmm.
Top.
Top, right. So when you make your line, draw more of it on the top than the bottom.
Wait.
Okay, like this. This is your ground. This is your sky. There you go.
And an inch in the ground.
Sure.
4 inches high.
Okay. All right, so this is also going to be where our street starts too. So from the bottom, I want you, this time we're going to draw a line all the way from the bottom of the line to the vanishing point.
The bottom and the top? Or
Just the bottom. Because our streets, we're drawing our street right now.
Oh, yeah. Light or not?
This you can do medium. Nothing needs to be super dark. Because if ever you need to erase something, you don't want to have a hard time doing it.
Yeah, I draw like really heavy.
Yeah,
Like, that's normal.
that's pretty heavy. You probably break a lot of mechanical pencil tips.
I do. That's like even regular pencils. Like one time I drew something for my friend,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, "How hard do you try?" And I'm like, "It's just natural. I have. That's how because I play basketball and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and so I have really strong hands from just like from shooting,
Mhm.
wrists and fingers, and so I always want to like that
Stab the paper.
step.
That poor paper. Okay, so we're going to make the other side of our street here. Okay, so I want you to pretend that there's an imaginary line going straight to the bottom and just make a little tiny mark down there. Just so you know where that mark is. Don't draw the line. There you go. Okay, then I want you to draw a line from the vanishing point to that little mark.
Yeah, it's like you talked about everything goes to the vanishing.
Right, everything will always go to the vanishing point.
When I was little, I always tried so hard to make things straight, and I couldn't figure out how. And then so I drew everything in no perspective.
There you go.
So I drew everything in no perspective.
I bet those were some exciting looking drawings.
Yes.
I think there's a rock underneath your triangle.
That's part of my
Oh, is that your eraser that you need?
the eraser that you need.
Okay, perfect. All right, so now that we have our, okay. Now that we have our line, everything on this side is going to go to the this vanishing point.
Okay.
And everything on this side is going to go to this vanishing point.
So like we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
So this here.
So this is like the corner of the roof, like we saw.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to draw our first building, and I'll show you first here. So I'm going to take this line, and I'm going to make sure it's lined up to the top of my big line and then the vanishing point. And then I'll just draw a little line. And I don't want it to go all the way because that would be a really weird looking, that'd be a huge building.
Huge.
Buildings aren't that huge.
Should be like maybe it would be the eye center or something.
Right, that's a huge building. All right, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And you can decide however long you want these lines to be. It doesn't have to be symmetrical on both sides.
Because that hardly ever happens.
Right. Okay, perfect.
Draw it like an inch before. So it'll just be.
Beautiful. Okay. So now we're going to make the lines go down to the bottom so we can finish drawing the edge of our.
How far is the bottom?
Here. So where's our road? Okay. Do you think the building's gonna go past the road?
Probably.
Probably
So,
not. Right. So
down the horizon line.
yep. All the way to our little street.
So which looks cooler, 1 or 2 point?
I think 2-point looks pretty cool.
So it's more advanced.
Yes, this is a more advanced technique since you already know 1 point.
So this is like the extra.
Yes. Only really cool people get to do 2-point. All right, so now that we have our building, we're going to erase the lines that are overlapping it. So how are, oh, you're already there. Well, let me get to your level here.
I draw so dark.
Yes, if you draw lighter, then it'll be easier to erase and then you won't even see. See like this? You can hardly see the lines.
What
So
line?
just, exactly, see?
Yeah, I have to draw dark.
Well, we'll get you out of that habit so that when you're an artist one day, you won't have any issues. Okay, so this is the fun part.
Okay.
So now that you understand how this works, okay, actually, one more concept before we just let you draw how you want. So we're going to draw another building now behind this one. So go to kind of like right here.
Mine's like symmetrical on this side.
Oh, that's... You can just pick a little spot somewhere on this side, and that's where our other building's going to come up behind this building. Okay. So we're going to pretend, so this big center line that we did the first time,
Okay.
we're going to pretend we already did that one. Because it's behind this building, we're not going to draw it, we're just going to draw the top part.
So how?
So like that.
So
It's
just
up to
straight
you,
up?
yeah.
Oh. This is gonna be a really high skyscraper.
There you go. Perfect. All right. So, what do you think the next step is? You're okay. With that line, you won't have to erase it or anything.
Okay. So, I'm trying to think of the real buildings. Because once you get into the imagination world, you can't leave it.
Right.
So let's see.
So what did we do with...
So in the center point of my perspective, which is right about this line, everything's going to go to this finishing point because it's more here than there.
Right. So on this side of our building, where is the line going to go?
It's going to go to this finishing
Right. So let's do that.
I love rulers.
Me too.
Why are we whispering?
I don't know. Because you whispered that you love rulers. Perfect. Okay, let me do it on the other side.
What other side?
The other side of the line. So this side now. Like we did with the first building. Does that make sense? Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
first let's, if this will make it easier. So after you draw your line, draw a straight line down to the bottom. We'll just make one side of our building. Draw it to the road again.
So everything's simpler.
Get rid of our horizon line. Okay, now what's missing on this building? Is our building going to stand up for very long if it only has one side?
No. It needs support.
Right, so what are we going to do now?
It's like a rock wall, just in the thing.
Right, but I'm not climbing this kind of rock wall, it'd fall right over.
So, has to go.
So we have to give it a new side, right? So
I'm trying to think where it's gonna go because if it goes to this spin, we'll go to this finishing
Yes.
point. So I'm thinking.
try it and see if it looks right.
How far do I make it?
As far as you want.
Yeah.
Whatever your heart tells you is the right thing to do.
A dream to show me.
Okay, does that look right? All right. So go ahead and give that building an edge.
That's a very small edge.
That's okay. All right, so now we'll do one on the other side, just so it all makes sense here.
What on the other side?
So we did a building in the middle. We did one on this side. Now we're going to do one on this side.
Okay, so this one's. I think I'm gonna take this one a little farther.
Yep, you
Because
can.
it'll look weird. Things going towards. This is gonna actually be way up.
The fun part about art is you can do whatever you want, and it's right.
In art, there are no mistakes.
That's right, unless it's perspective, and then there are mistakes.
Big mistakes.
But you'll be able to tell immediately if it's a mistake.
So,
All right, so where's the line gonna go?
to this.
Mhm.
Well, one line's gonna go there, but this line's gonna go from here to here. This is gonna be one of my big buildings, so I'm gonna put it all the way there.
Nice, I like it. It happens a lot in nature. All right,
Except us.
are we symmetrical? I don't know, because my eyebrows look different.
So we draw this line down to our road, right?
Uh-huh.
We're still rising
Pass, yep.
with the needed eraser. The eraser that you need.
Why does this look weird? Oh! I did a bad thing. Mariah, I lied to you.
What?
Just on one little thing. Okay. So I forgot that we do the exact same thing. So if it's on this side, going from the bottom, it'll go to this vanishing point. But if it's supposed to go this way, it needs to go to that vanishing point. It's not supposed to fall, because this is where I made my mistake. I went all the way down to the vanishing point, and then it looked weird. So I'll show you.
Oh.
So if I take the bottom of this and take it to the edge of my building.
That
Better.
looks a lot
Mhm.
better.
There you
I thought
go.
there was something off.
Yep, that's where I made my
So
problem.
where do I go?
So where's your, so you're actually okay, because your high line, you can't see it.
So where am I?
So you're good, you're okay, that was just me. So you'll take this line now, and which vanishing point is it gonna go to? Yes,
So how far is it gonna go?
to the road. Or no, however far you want that edge to go, until it hits something, and then it'll disappear.
Disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one really had to disappear. This looks that building. It's really weird because I put it on the ranch.
It happens a lot in nature. All right.
Except us.
Are we symmetrical? I don't know, because my eyebrows look different.
So we draw this line down to our road, right?
Uh-huh.
We're still rising
Pass, yep.
with the needed eraser. The eraser that you need.
Why does this look weird? Oh! I did a bad thing. Mariah, I lied to you.
What?
Just on one little thing. Okay. So I forgot that we do the exact same thing. So if it's on this side, going from the bottom, it'll go to this vanishing point. But if it's supposed to go this way, it needs to go to that vanishing point. It's not supposed to fall, because this is where I made my mistake. I went all the way down to the vanishing point, and then it looked weird. So I'll show you.
Oh.
So if I take the bottom of this and take it to the edge of my building.
That
Better.
looks a lot
Mhm.
better.
There you
I
go.
thought there was something off.
Yep, that's where I made my
So
problem.
where do I go?
So where's your, so you're actually okay, because your high line, you can't see it.
So where am I?
So you're good, you're okay, that was just me. So you'll take this line now, and which vanishing point is it gonna go to? Yes,
So how far is it gonna go?
to the road. Or no, however far you want that edge to go, until it hits something, and then it'll disappear.
Disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one really had to disappear. This looks that building. It's really